Okay, today we're going to look at solving proportions. And proportion is just two ratios that are equal. And if you remember, in middle school, you talked about ratios. And ratios are like fractions. All right, it's two ratios, so you have 4/3 is equal to x/6. So we need to find the value of x. And to do that, you have three steps. First step is to cross multiply. And when you say cross multiply, if I've got a over c equals c over d, or excuse me, a over b equals c over d, then you're going to cross multiply. So b times c is bc, and a times d is a times d. All right, so you're just cross multiplying and putting your answer on either side of the equation. Okay, the second step is distribute. Distribute if necessary. You're not going to do it all the time. Okay, just only if you have to, if it's there. And then the last thing is to solve. Isolate your variable and solve. Okay, so if I was to do this proportion here, the whole thing is the proportion. These are ratios that are equal, which forms a proportion. All right, so I'm going to say 3 times x, so that's 3 times x, equals 4 times 6, which is 24. So then I just solve. Divide by 3. So x equals 8. Okay, and if you look, 4/3 is the simplified fraction of 8/6, isn't it? 4 will go into 8 2 times, and 3 will go into 6 2 times. Okay, so these are the type of proportions that you worked. Some of you might have started in 5th grade, I think. But you really started to use them a lot in middle school. So let's another. All right, let's look at number 2 on your notes. 2 over 10 equals 4 over n plus 5. All right, so this is a little different. You haven't seen this before. All right, so we're still going to do the same steps. We're going to cross multiply. So 10 times 4 is 40 equals 2 times n plus 5. 2 times the sum of n plus 5. So since it's a sum of, remember sum of and difference of, we put those parentheses around it because you have to multiply with everything inside. Okay? So now we're going to distribute, because we've got some distributing to do. 2 times n is 2n, and 2 times 5 is positive 10. So now we're at a simple two-step equation, and we're going to solve by doing the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides, and I get 30 equals 2n. All right, and then I got to get rid of the 2. It's multiplying with n, so we're going to divide to make it 1 and divide the other side as well. So your answer is going to be 15 equals n. All right? Thank you. Sorry about the noise back there. All right, let's look at another. Let's go on down to... Let's look at number 4, the guided examples. We got 2k minus 3 over k plus 9 equals 3 over 5. Okay, so we're going to have to distribute the 3 with this sum of and the 5 with this difference of. All right, so we're going to say 5 times 2k minus 3 equals And then we had this, 3 times k plus 9. All right, so we're going to distribute. 5 times 2k is 10k. And 5 times -3, a lot of you are forgetting to take the sign in front of a number. You get going a little fast and you forget your signs. So that's minus 15 equals 3 times k is 3k, and 3 times positive 9 is positive 27. All right, so now we've got an equation with variables on both sides. So we're going to take this 3k and subtract it from both sides. That way it gets rid of it on that side. So now I have 10k minus 3k leaves me 7k, and bring everything else down, your equals and your 27. So now we're just going to solve. I'm running out of room here. We're going to add 15, and when we do that, it cancels out, and I get 7k equals 42. Divide by 7, so k equals 6. All right. All right, let's, I wanted to look at one more, let's see. Let's look at, number 12 on the back page. All right, number 12, we got h minus 6 over 9 equals h plus 9 over 4. And just remember, whenever you've got more than one term in a fraction form, it's kind of like they have their own little parentheses. They're invisible parentheses. Okay? So we're going to take the 9 and we're going to multiply it with the sum of h plus 9. We're going to take the 4 and we're going to multiply it with the difference of h minus 6. Okay, so let's do that. 4 times h minus 6 equals, now we're going to do the 9 times h plus 9. All right, so now we're going to distribute. 4 times h is 4h, and 4 times -6, and just write your answer down, -24. Okay, equals 9 times h is 9h, and 9 times positive 9 is positive 81. All right, so now we have the variables on both sides. So I'm going to subtract this one. And you can subtract either one. I just like keeping the variable on the left side of the equation. Kind of looks backwards when you do it the other way, which it is. But all right, so we get 4 minus 9h equals -5h. Bring everything else down. Minus 24 equals, and the 9h is gone, right? So all we have left is positive 81. Okay, so now I've got a two-step equation. This is where I'll start doing the opposite to isolate my variable. So I'm going to, I got minus 24, so I'm going to get rid of it by adding 24 on both sides. So that's going to leave me with -5h equals 105. And then let's go ahead and put this over here. -5h equals 105. And then we need to get rid of the -5. So that'll get rid of it, but I have to do the same thing over here. So h equals positive divided by negative is negative, and 10 divided by -5, going 2 times, and then that'll leave me, so 21. Okay, so h equals -21. All right, continue to do some of these practice problems, those that are virtual. Those that are in class, you might want to go over a few of them, and tomorrow In class, we'll go over it as well, okay? All right, thanks, y'all.